Confessor Cromwell's terminal. Well, maybe I can add myself as a member then. No, I can't. There's a pistol back here. This guy is violent. Let's see what I can do here in this terminal. Immediately losing karma. You look at somebody's computer, karma lost. Let's go. Wrong. Trite. Wood. Works. There we go. Easy. Atom's nucleus. People often innocently ask me, quote, Confessor, why would you worship a bomb, unquote. Like curious children, they come to me with questions about the most visible and perhaps controversial aspect of our faith. The innocent among us hear my sermons before the great symbol. They see us bathe in the waters, and they wonder if it is danger we seek, -- a suicide pact, perhaps. And while you may be tempted to answer their curiosity with anger, my gentle children of Atom, capital C, capital A, you must never do so. The core of Atom's philosophy teaches us peace, that we must educate the curious and work towards alleviating their ignorance, that we must teach them to accept the glory of the division of the past, and to seek the glory of the division that is to come. Teach them, my children, teach them how the miserable rotten meat of their bodies will give birth to countless lives at the time of division. Teach them that they should not mourn the world that has passed, but praise and celebrate those that have already been divided. Teach them the blessing, the glory, that the peace of our communion in the satisfaction that can be found in our blessed work. Teach them, my children, teach them well, and in the teaching find your peace and your place. This is the core of Atom's message to us. Spread, grow, communicate. Go in peace, my precious children. Walk in Atom's glow. And we have a treatise on Atom's second coming. What is Atom? Atom is light, power, change, the cleansing that brings order to chaos, purity, peace, hope. Oh, well, there we go. Bringing about the division. I often ask myself if the time is right for the second division. Here, in Atom's blessed village, are we truly ready for his coming? Have I properly prepared my people for the moment in which his great altar cracks open and reveals to us his glory? I am but a man. Who am I to bring these people to glory? Who am I to seek to cause the division? There we go. That's it. I lost karma, though, for snooping around in his computer. Don't worry. I'll say nice things about him. I think him? Professor Cromwell is here. Mother Maya. Hi.
Hello, sweet child. Hello, I don't believe we've met. I'm Mother Maya, prophet of the atom and embracer of the universal light. Remember, sweet child, that as children of Atom, the fabric of the universe itself is ours to weave. So welcome to Megaton, and peace be with you.
Tell me about the church.
For those answers, I shall direct you to my husband, Confessor Cromwell.
Can I use some directions around town?
In each our own way, we are all lost. Where would you like to be, sweet child?
In a weapons shop.
It saddens me to think how quickly we resort to violence.
She just says the same lines as her husband. Is there a bar in town?
I apologize, but I cannot encourage the consumption of alcohol. Alcohol impedes our personal quest for the grand division.
I don't remember that her husband said that. Where can I rent a bed? I definitely have not asked this, but it's marked as asked.
Up at Moriarty's at the south end of town.
That's fair enough. Unfortunately, it needs to have the company. Let's talk, and also I don't have the money. Let's talk about something else.
What else do you require, sweet child?
Rumors.
I'm not one to gossip, but I do know a few things. For instance, did you hear that Lucas wants someone to disarm our bomb? Imagine the blasphemy. I can't believe it. I mean, I don't believe it. He would never do that to us.
Yes, well, I did hear that he wants that, because he told me. I have to go now.
Walk in the glow.
More importantly, sleep in the glow. Cannot sleep in your bed. You are so terrible. Such terrible hosts. They don't even let me sleep. And they just hoard all the beds for themselves. She just changed the bed. Maybe it's too hot or something. Or she doesn't like the light. No, there's a light there as well. Anyway, I guess I'll have to figure something out. Oh, look at that. Oh, they have people down there. Hey, fellas. You have books? Ruined books. They hate books. This is the church of the...
Yeah, you need something?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey.
close your eyes and feel atoms glow.
Even their holy book is ruined. Yeah. Well, that's the children of Adam, where these folks don't sleep, and I don't sleep either. Don't worry. I don't need to sleep. I have a leak to find. Hey, Sims.
Yeah?
I met a man named Burke. He said he'd pay me to rig the bomb to explode.
He said what? Oh, I never did like the look of him.
What if he asks someone else to explode the bomb? You should do something.
He's long gone by now. But I swear, if he steps within a mile of Megaton, he's a fucking dead man.
Okay, well, I'll have a look at the bomb.
Good luck. Careful around that bomb.
Yeah. We'll worry about that later. First, the leak. I think the sun is rising. That's pretty good. I haven't been through here. Where does this lead? Wow, look at that. It's steep as hell. So much that I get stuck in the geometry. Oh, it's to the door. It's to the processing plant. Oh, the leak might be in here, although I doubt it. The water is still bad. There's the locked desk. Is this sort of the drugs? I think it is. We finally have bottle caps and buff out. That's really good. Jet, which is bad. Med-X, Mentats, Psycho, and Stimpaks. Yeah, lovely. It's great. Box of detergent. And Walter is in here. Hey, Walter. You keep being patriotic and nationalistic and whatnot. Okay. So everything seems to be going relatively well in here. I can't really see a reason to, or any place to interact with. So it most likely everything is working fine. Now for that leak, what is that up there? Oh, crater size supplies. Yeah, that's where crater size supplies is. And the leak is there. I just noticed it. Wow, that's hard to spot. And we'll fix it. Because of course we will. Now let's go. Don't break your legs. Let's go to Moriarty's. There's birds in the sky. Vultures, maybe. Or eagles. Oh. He's not here?
It's the tip.
Oh, dang it.
The customers
It's
are
too late
actually
now. Well, let's look at the map and see if we can find his house. So the armory, Children of Adam, empty house, water processing plant, or however it's said. It's obvious that I haven't found everything, but I think I've seen his house. And the fastest way there... Cool. The fastest way there is through the roofs. Mania?
Well, hey there, stranger. I'm Manya. The old coot wandering around here is my husband, Nathan. If there's anything we can help you with, ask me. Don't ask Nathan. He'll just blabber at you about the damned Enclave all day.
Yeah. I had some questions about this town's history.
I can tell you just about anything you want to know, honey. Megaton's history ain't no secret.
What's this place made of?
Long ago, before the war, there used to be machines. They were like buses, but they flew through the sky, taking people anywhere they wanted to go. You didn't have to walk, you just went to the air station, bought a ticket, and took to the skies. anywhere in the world, you just up and flew there. When the war happened, the machines started dropping from the sky. Everyone around here thinks that the bomb made the crater, but it didn't. The crater provided good cover from the dust storms, and when my daddy and the rest of the town decided to build the walls, they used what they had.
So why didn't they move the bomb?
Some of us wanted to, but the Church of Adam was just getting its start then. We needed their help to build the walls and clear the wreckage. If we'd have tried to move the bomb, they would have refused to help. Besides, a lot of people just wanted to leave it alone. It didn't seem to be hurting anything, and who knows what would happen if we messed with it.
That is a very, very sensible attitude, honestly. And I actually like the synergy between the children of the atom and the rest of the people. That's pretty cool. There are a lot of parts here just for just one machine, though.
Good eye. You're right, honey. There are. There was an air station a couple of miles from here. It had been stripped of everything except the planes. My daddy got a bunch of people together to go out there, break apart the machines, and drag back what we could use. It took him a couple of months. You can't even tell where the air station was anymore. The wasteland just took it back.
I wonder why she refers to the machines as planes, when everywhere else in her dialogue she talks about it as if they were this magical thing that nobody could know about. Even, especially because the word plane is a really... It's a really specific word that doesn't actually mean what it's... it doesn't mean the machine. It comes from something that can... plane? Is that the verb? Yeah. It's an airplane, which... Yeah, that's obviously the name. When you see a plane, you know it's an airplane. But... Yeah. Why build the walls out of some old flying machine?
It's a hell of a lot easier than trying to find enough parts to build walls and houses from nothing. The scrap was there, why not use it? Besides, it's sturdy. It keeps the raiders and the dust storms out. Not all of us had the luck to be born in a vault, you know.
That's actually, I mean, it's fine for the lore, but just as a point of curiosity, they're super not sturdy. They basically lose all of their structural integrity once they break apart, and they're also super hard to work with because it's made of metal. It's a lot easier to make houses out of wood or out of stone. Metal is really, really complicated. It requires welding, it requires drilling, diamond bits to cut, and a bunch of other things. And also airplanes in the 1950s. Yeah, they were made of metal. They had aluminum shells and things. Some of them had wooden bodies. Some, like the B-18, the B-18, the B-28. There's a bomber that was used in the Second World War that still used wood, but obviously because this is a futuristic setting, even though it is a futuristic setting as seen by the people in the 50s, it is obvious that the planes would use some space-age material, but still, it would be really difficult. And corrugated steel is definitely not what the planes would be made out of, but we're gonna skip right past that because it doesn't really matter. Realism is not a point. It's internal consistency that matters, and it's totally internally consistent. I had another question about Megaton.
Sure thing, hon.
How did the town start?
Well, originally, it started as a hole in the ground. My pappy talked about how his father and the original settlers just hid in this crater. It was enough to keep them safe from the dust storms. When things cooled down and people started wandering into the wastes, some stayed behind. The wanderers started coming back here to trade their stuff. By the time my pappy was born, the town was a full-on trading center. Pappy got rich on the caravan routes and eventually convinced the others to build the walls to hold off the raiders.
Why did they build the walls?
Well, the raiders, for one. Once the town got big enough, they'd wait until the traders and their guards were away. They'd come in and clean us out. Now, the super mutants, they were a whole other breed of problem. They'd kill us if they had to, but mostly they tried to drag people away, alive. So, eventually, my father did something about it. Him and a few others organized the traders and the citizens and built the walls. So we're pretty safe now. Still, I wish those Brotherhood of Steel fellers hadn't hit on such hard times. They really help keep the wolves at bay.
So right here, this is the story of Megaton, like at least 60 years ago, possibly more, possibly 80 or 100 years ago. And there were already Brotherhood of Steel and super mutants here. Now the super mutants in this game, we don't know that yet, but we're going to learn where they come from, and we are going to know that they're not the same super mutants, despite being called the same and being exactly the same. They're not the same super mutants that we find in the first and the second game. They're different. They're just happen to look the same. The canonical explanation for them looking the same is because Bethesda wanted to sell games. About the Brotherhood of Steel, that's something that I want to put a pin on, and I want you to remember, because I wonder if that is actually correct, if what she's saying here makes sense. Because I'm not 100% sure where the Brotherhood of Steel came from. So the Brotherhood of Steel, for lore time, basically, they are they defected from the United States military. They lived in a base, which was called the Mariposa military base, I think. Then it's a very important place, and you go to it in both the first and the second Fallouts. And it's a place where some experiments are being made, and the Brotherhood of Steel defected, or rather the members of the Brotherhood of Steel defected from the military because they didn't agree with the experiments that were being made. And so they decided to basically, secede. And they seceded. And then the world ended. And when the world ended, they were in a privileged position because not only were they members of a military, they lived in a secret location, they had a bunch of materials and resources, and they survived the apocalypse. And after I don't know if it's a few weeks or a few months after the end of the world, they decided to go south from where they were towards a base that I think they knew about. Yeah, they knew of a base or something to the south, and they called it the Great Exodus. It's like a very important part of the Brotherhood of Steel history. And so they go south, and they go to the Brotherhood of Steel bunker, and found the Brotherhood of Steel and all that. And of course, when you go to the bunker of the Brotherhood of Steel, it's just that's them, that's there. There's no Brotherhood of Steel anywhere else. And that's in the first game. You go there, you meet them, you learn about their history and a bunch of other stuff. And they have a very standoffish attitude. They are basically like the high-tech jerks that you kind of aspire to, because they have like these cool guns and these cool armor, but everybody else in the wasteland doesn't live like them. And nobody else has those guns, nobody else has that armor or technology, and everything is very clean inside the bunker. It's all very idealistic. And so joining them is this big thing that you're like, oh, I want to join the Brotherhood of Steel because, they're cool, obviously. So that's the Brotherhood of Steel in the first game. In the second game, there's some remnants of the Brotherhood of Steel, but basically they have already sort of failed. The Brotherhood of Steel, it was a very isolationist organization, and basically because of that, they tend not to get too many new recruits, and basically they wane and they spread out too thin. And yeah, basically in the second game, you find some of their outposts, but you don't go back to their bunker. And in the outposts, there are basically one or two Brotherhood of Steel members, and that's it. There's very little left of them, but they're still a group. They're still a faction. In Fallout New Vegas, there's basically the continuation of their history as well. And in this game, for the Brotherhood of Steel to exist, they would have had to travel across the country to Washington. Because they start out, or Washington, D.C., I should say, because they start out in California and then go to Nevada in the second game, I think, and basically then would have to come east. And for them to be here keeping the wolves out, or keeping the wolves at bay, is an interesting thing, but we're going to put a pin on that and see what happens with or what we learn of them. So it was just a collection of traders in the beginning.
Not at first. It was a collection of people trying to get into the vault, people worshipping the bomb, and a few other refugees. Then the traders came. Now the caravans take care of most of the trading, but before they were set up, it was all Megaton. I worked on the caravans with my father for a while. That's how I met that worthless bag of liver spots I call a husband.
So anyone can live in Megaton?
No, space is limited these days. You see all of these people wandering around here? They live up in the common house and aren't really citizens. Most people around here keep one eye open around strangers, but me, I can spot a raider spy at 100 meters. I'm not worried about it at all. But if having meetings and pretending to vote on things makes the others feel safer, so be it.
Well, that's enough of the history lesson.
If you say so, honey.
How did you get here?
I was born here, actually, just like my pappy. Oh, for a while I helped him scavenge and then later on his caravan. But traipsing around the wasteland is work for young people. After I met Nathan, I just wanted to stop moving around so much. We've been here ever since. Of course, I can't say that it's been good for Nathan's sanity.
Or his liver. Where did everyone else come from?
Oh, they come from all over. All over. You name it. The Stahl family grew up out east somewhere. Lucy's from some little settlement to the north. Billy doesn't really talk about where he's from. Doc Church used to live in Rivet City. Jericho, well, let's just say that men can change. I hope.
Who's in charge around here?
Well, technically, no one. But you can't put two people in a room together without one of them trying to govern the other. But it depends on who you ask. Lucas Sims appointed himself the sheriff. He throws anyone out who causes too much trouble. But Colin Moriarty runs just about everything else. Not much happens here that he doesn't know about or plan.
Tell me about him. About Colin Moriarty.
That man is the scum of the earth. He keeps the drunks around here soaking in liquor. And that poor Nova, that girl deserves better. And don't even get me started on how he treats Gob. Just because the boy looks dead doesn't mean that he should be treated like that. That man has his fingers in everything around here. Just watch what you say about him. It'll always get back.
It's kind of unsettling that she called him a boy. The racist implications of that word. And the fact that she's just like... Her argument is very, very similar to a lot of its... Oof. Yeah. Tell me about Lucas Sims.
That man tries to bring law to this place. Lost cause, if you ask me. But I respect his trying. He does seem to keep people in line, though. Other than that weird cowboy thing of his, I don't have much to complain about.
The cowboy thing of his? Oh, right, because he fancies himself a cowboy. He's got a cowboy hat. I think that might be what she's referring to. I think I get the picture.
All right, then. Anything else you wanted to know?
Nope.
Well, you come on back anytime you want to hear more.
What about rumors?
There's only one thing that concerns me in this town these days. What my damn fool husband is doing. He wanders around here all day and all night, preaching about the Enclave and trying to get parts for his guns. I'm not sure who's the bigger fool, him or me. After all, I married him.
Well, I have to go now.
Come back if you need something, honey.
Oh, sorry. Took my gun out because I clicked on your dialogue. It's the same button. I'll see you later. I'll see you later. That's the M. Hey, Nathan.
Greetings, citizen.
Just talked to your wife. She is, yeah. You're both peas in a pod.
God bless the Enclave.
For sure. Parts for his guns. He has multiple guns. I don't know what that is supposed to be. It could be a commentary on the gun culture of America. But Bethesda's Fallout doesn't lean too much into that. It could be that he's ready to help the Enclave if they come in here, because the way he talked about the Enclave, he was like, yeah, they're gonna set everything right and all that. So they could be just getting ready to, or he could be getting ready to help them out. But now we have the whole map. The Armory. Creator Side Supplies is called... What is that? What is the Armory? Also, I just realized where the guy that I have the mission for, where he's supposed to be. He's got to be in the water treatment plant. I don't know why I didn't think about it. The armory is here.
Yes, that's locked. And yes, I can see you eyeing it.
It's also, I could definitely get in there, and you also do a terrible job as a self-appointed vigilante. Vigilante? Sure. So, let's go to the water processing plant. Hey! It's a kid!
Hi, I'm Maggie. I live with Billy Creel. Do you know him? He's not my dad or anything, but he takes care of me now.
I can't say that I met him. How did you meet Billy?
A long time ago, he saved me from raiders. They killed my real parents, but Billy showed up before they got me, and now he's like my daddy. Sort of.
A long time ago. You're what, 10? So maybe a long time ago is like 2 years? Possibly. Because it can't be more than that, otherwise your memories don't make sense. What do you think of Megaton?
It's okay, I guess. I used to live way far away when I was little, before Billy found me.
Who else is around town?
I don't talk to most of them. Billy says that I have to be careful, even when people seem nice. And I'm especially not allowed to talk to Mr. Jericho. I usually play with Hardin most days, when his dad isn't taking him out to learn to shoot or something. Billy says that he's going to teach me to shoot one day too.
Hardin, huh? I have to go now.
Bye, mister.
There's a lot more people out and about during the day. Oh, Craterside Supplies is open. Let's go. Let's go on in. It's Nathan. I suppose that's Moira. And there's somebody else. Moira, I hear you need help with things, I think.
Hey, I hear you're that stray from the vault. Oh, I haven't seen one of you for years. Good to meet you. I'm Moira Brown. I run Craterside Supply. But what I really do is mostly tinkering and research. Say, I'm working on a book about the wasteland. It'd be great to have the foreword by a vault dweller. Help me out, would you?
Sure, I've got plenty to say about life in the vault.
Great. Just tell me what it's like to live underground all your life, or to come outside for the first time, or whatever strikes your fancy.
Oh, look at that. She has a Vault 101 suit in the background. Vault 101. Well, if that didn't give away that people get in and out of the vault, then I don't know what else will. I mean, we know that already, but yeah, that's unavoidable proof. And it's got like, I don't think that's standard issue vault suit. It's got like adaptations and things, because you know of all the leather things and that.